Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to homecoming for La Crosse Central High School. As it's homecoming week, and so a lot of very exciting stuff going on. La Crosse Central High School. I'm Nami George. Thank you for tuning in. I have a very special interview. Going to have a lot of interviews with students this week as part of our homecoming celebration. But today I get a chance to meet with Leyna Sonnenfeld, who is a member of the girls cross country team. So we have not had a chance to hear from anybody from the girls cross country team. I think that Joel is planning a coach's interview with Coach Peterson here coming up, but Leyna is going to be our first girls cross country representative. So Leyna, thank you for joining me today on the Central YouTube channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Leyna's a little bit nervous, but we're going to get through this. I also am dealing with a cold, a little bit of a head cold. So if my voice goes out, I apologize. And I got some water next to me. We'll try and get through this interview. Homecoming week today. Homecoming week started today. There we go. And so it's pajama day. So Leyna is in her pajamas. She has school spirit, as are most of the students here at Central High School. So pretty cool to see. What's tomorrow, Leyna?
Tomorrow is mismatch day.
Mismatch day, and then we have pink day, and then of course Thursday.
Barbie day, technically.
Barbie day. That's right. That's right. And then of course on Thursday we have the big homecoming parade. And so lots of exciting stuff going on here at Central this week. Well, Leyna, I want to hear about cross country. First of all, you and my viewers, I apologize because I'm very unknowledgeable when it comes to cross country. Obviously, you can tell by looking at me, not a cross country runner. But Leyna is. So Leyna's going to educate us about cross country and about all the great things that sport offers. Tell me first, Leyna, what's it like being a cross country athlete? What are the practices look like? What do the meets look like? Talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old because I don't know any of that stuff.
Okay, I will. So I was actually a sprinter in track before, and this is my first year in cross country. So it's kind of a big switch up because it's like going from short to long distance. But typically, we used to have a 7-day cycle. So we would have 2 workouts a week, but we're switching into our competitive cycle. So we have 10 days. So our coach is thinking like an extra workout in. So we have 3 speed days a week, which things probably like 400s, 800s, just focusing on like your speed and your pacing more than like your endurance. Then we usually have at least 1 long run a week, which can be anywhere from like 45 minutes, but they're getting longer. So like closer to like an hour. And
So
then those are like going slower for the long days, but like farther.
So when you're working on your endurance, how long a run are we looking at? So you said 45 minutes to an hour. For me, that would be a mile. But for you, how long is 45 minutes to an hour?
Well, I've been trying to get my pace faster, so I'm trying to do at least like a 10:30 pace for the long run days. And my last long run was 55 minutes. I went about 5.3 miles, I think,
Oh
for
my God.
that. So I'm trying like a 10:30 pace.
Sounds extremely painful. What do the meets look like? How long are the meets? How long are the trails? What does that look like?
Well, the actual races themselves only last about half an hour because most people are running like under half an hour or like getting closer to like 31 minutes or something like that. But so the actual races themselves aren't very long, but then there's like JV race, so there's JV boys, JV girls, varsity and varsity boys. So then that's like 4 separate races, so they're usually at least 2 hours long. And then sometimes there'll be middle schooler competitors there too. So we're usually there at least like 4 hours because we get there about 2 hours early because we have a warm up routine that we start before the race. So we usually walk through the course and then we run for half of it, half or more. About I don't exactly know how far it is, but
Sure.
and then
How
we
long,
do some.
how long is the actual, like, distance wise, how long is a race?
Oh yeah, sorry, it's 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles,
Okay. Oof. So,
and they're usually
oh, sorry, go ahead.
not they're not on like roads or anything. They're usually like on trails and stuff like that or grass.
Okay, very cool. I'm going to talk to you about the trails and one of my future questions here. I'm not familiar. How has the team been doing? How are the boys doing? How are the girls doing? What's cross country looking like this year?
Well, I think we're doing pretty good, and our coach does too. He said that it's the fastest team we've had since 2020, I think. So
Wow.
we're doing pretty good. Everyone's improving a lot. There's been a lot of season's best every meet, almost every meet. Like I've personally had 3 seasons best, and we've had 4 races so far. So there was one meet there was one race I was a little bit slower than, but that one was really hard. So,
For sure.
but
And
overall, everyone's doing really good. We have a lot of people like when they show me their times from last year, they've improved so much. So,
that's awesome.
and last time we got, I think the girls got ninth or 10th out of about 20 teams, and the guys got eighth out of like 20 or more teams at the last meet. So,
Very cool. Another one of those sports that you're competing really with yourself as you try to get those PRs, but also then you're part of a team that's all trying to keep your score as good as possible to compete with other teams in the area as well. I know you personally, because people don't know this, but Lane is in the Health Science Academy, so I have her as a student. I have the privilege of seeing her every day. And you came in last week pretty excited. You PR'd, is that right?
yeah, I did.
And so what was
I
that time?
PR'd by, so my time was 24:54. So I got to sub 25, and my goal for the season is to be sub 24. So
So
I'm
you're
getting
on
closer.
you're on your way. How long does the season go? How many more meets do we have?
I think we have at least 4 more meets. No, definitely more. There's probably, I don't know exactly the meet schedule because there is a lot. It goes until, so sectionals is October 28th. And if
Okay.
we qualify for state, it's going to go into November. So I think we have at least 5 more meets.
So plenty of opportunities for you to get sub 24. I think you're well on your way. But celebrate that sub 25. That's pretty amazing. What's our next event coming up?
We have a meet in West Salem on Saturday at 10.
And we want
And
everybody to be there.
yeah, if we could get some supporters, that would be nice. I know it's kind of harder because it's a little farther away, but this one's a lot closer. It's at Maple Grove, and it's actually cross country is actually a pretty fun sport to watch. You get to kind of run and like cheer everyone on,
There you go.
and it's not really boring. It's not as boring as people seem to think it is. It's a really exciting atmosphere once you're actually there,
So student section,
especially at the finish line.
it'd be
Yeah,
cool to have a student section there cheering you guys on. And so Maple
yeah.
Grove Saturday morning, we'll hope to see some people there cheering Leyna and the rest of the team on as they compete. You talked about Maple Grove. You talked about not really running on roads. You more run on fields. What's your favorite type of course? Do you like the hilly courses? Do you like the flat courses? Do you like the windy courses? If a course was made specifically for Leyna Sonnenfeld, what would it look like?
Well, I do like some of the more flatter courses that have a little bit of hills. Our last meet was in Boscoville, and there was like a few tiny hills, but it was pretty flat and it was so fast. Like when everyone was running. Sorry, I'm gonna re-say that.
Go ahead.
I like a mix of flat and hilly because we train for hills, so we get a little bit of what our coach calls a hill advantage. So you're trying to like keep your pace up that hill when everyone else is slowing down and passing people. And at our last meet at Boscoville, it was a pretty flat course, but there was about 2 or 3 like good sized hills, not that bad or anything. And it was a really fast course. So I kind of like a mix of both, but grassy courses are the best ones because it's so soft when you're running on it. So
For
you feel
sure.
like you can go faster.
Easier on those shin splints if you have a soft cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosewood was kind of bad because there was one pretty bad hill, but when you're going up you just gotta like push through it.
On top.
Then my least favorite part is when there's gravel. I don't like gravel or cement on the courses. It's really nice when they cover it with turf, but at Viroqua they didn't. There was a few like sidewalks, so you just had to run across with your spikes, and you could just like hear the crunching of it. And it was like not fun to run. It was pretty short. Like you only you run across it this way, but
That's incredible. So not only having to run 3.1 miles, but then also having to deal with hills and gravel and pebbles and rocks. And oh my gosh, you guys are amazing that you're able to do that. What
thank you.
what is your favorite part about being a cross country athlete?
My favorite part is probably not the actual running, but more like I like running. I love running, don't get me wrong. Like it feels really good some days, but some days it's harder. But the actual team, everyone's really supportive, and I made a lot of new friends. And we have these things called team dinners. So 2 days before a meet, we all meet at someone's house and then we eat and just kind of hang out. But it's a very close sport. Like you feel like you have your own little family kind of.
So I'm interested in the team dinners. Is that carbohydrate loading to get ready for the race? Is that what you guys do? Big
Yeah,
spaghetti?
most of the time there's like a lot of pasta and all that.
Very cool.
chocolate milk.
That would also be my favorite part, Lena, if I was in cross country. What would you say to students who might be interested in joining cross country, but maybe are a little timid or haven't made the commitment yet? What would you say to them? Because I know you guys are always looking for athletes.
Yeah, I would say that you should just come and try it out because I'm not gonna lie, it can get hard sometimes, but everyone's super supportive. And even if you're running slower, you're still running. Like there are days when I feel like I can't run as fast as I want to, but when you still do it and work hard, everyone's proud of you. Like you're not gonna get shamed or anything for your times, or like everyone's just gonna be proud of you for even being there and showing up. And it's a really supportive atmosphere. And I was like hesitant about joining it because I was like, I was a sprinter before. I was like, I would laugh at running the mile even. Like I was like, "Ugh, I can't run a mile straight." But we did summer training to help improve our endurance. And even if you don't have any running experience, like you should just come and try it out, you know?
Absolutely. One of those sports that you could just, be a very beginner runner and improve your times. And if your not times aren't very good, as Lena says, who cares? Keep on working and improve those times. It's all about competing against yourself. And with the training that you'll get through the cross country program, you will improve your times. Maybe you can't even complete the course without having to stop to walk. You'll work on that and eventually you'll build up that endurance. As Lena said, she wasn't always able to run 3.1 miles consistently or in a row, but she built up
Yeah,
her.
during the summer I had to train. So in the summer we did like a summer running program. So it was kind of like everyone met at Myrick, or people sometimes did it on their own, but you kind of just followed the schedule, and that helped me a lot.
Very cool. So a chance to improve your, not only be an athlete here at Central High School, but also improve your physical fitness and cardiovascular endurance. So neat opportunity. Lane, I want to thank you for joining us today on the Central YouTube channel. You did a great job and I'm proud of you. And I want
Thank
to let our viewers know we got, number one, I have a couple football interviews set up that we usually do on Sunday nights, but I had no voice yesterday. So I was not able to do the videos. I also didn't have a voice this morning for teaching. Lane, I can tell you that. But I'm getting there. I'm on the mend now. So hopefully we'll get those football interviews. It's going to be lineman week for the football interviews. Going to get an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. I'm excited to talk to those guys and get them some love. We're also going to have potentially some soccer interviews. I'm working on that. Thursday night, Joel and I will be at Onalaska for the girls volleyball match as they travel to Onalaska for a Mississippi Valley Conference volleyball match, an important one. Remember, the first time we played Onalaska, the first game of the year was a 5-setter, and so we're excited about that opportunity to go up to Onalaska. And then, of course, Friday we have Central's homecoming football game. They face Toma. Joel and I will be on the call. We're excited about that as well. Of course, Joel will have an interview, I think, tonight with Coach Olson. It'll be posted tonight, talking about last game and what to expect from those RiverHawk footballers here on Friday night. Thank you for tuning in. Lena, thank you so much. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks.